Hi again, everyone. Well, today I will be basically giving away where I reside. So, today I will be making a very famous and traditional dish that is served in my home country, which is Jamaica. Yes, I'm from Jamaica, and I will be serving or cooking, I should say, our famous rice and peas. It's a Sunday and it is one of our most traditional side dishes. So, and it is normally served with one of our traditional dishes, which is stew chicken or baked chicken, whichever one. Yes, that's a common Sunday dinner in a lot of Jamaican households. So, let's get to it. Rice and peas. Okay, firstly, we normally cook our peas. Here I have 1 cup of red kidney beans that was pressured for about 45 minutes. Yes, about 45 minutes. And they are done. How you can check if they're done? I did these earlier. You can check if they're done by just touching them. Yes, as you can see, it's smashed. So these are ready. Alright. Okay, so there's something that we have to add to the peas for it to taste like rice and peas. It not complete without this. Some people prefer to do it manually by getting the coconut, oxing it out, grating it or blend it, whichever one, and milking it. So we're putting in coconut milk powder. Well, I prefer to use this brand. I find that this brand has the most authentic flavor. When I'm through with the pot, you can taste that coconut milk. So this is my favorite. Yes, Maggie, get some promo. This is my favorite coconut milk powder to use whenever I'm cooking rice and peas. So okay, so here I have the coconut milk coconut milk powder in a small bowl. I'm just mixing it out just to ensure that there's no lumps. Then I add it to my pot. Yes, there I go. See, as you can see, it is nice and rich. Yes. If I was to approximate how many cups of water that's in this at this point, I would say about 4 cups of water is in this. It's not a large amount I'm making, so about 4 to 5 cups of water are here in the pot right now. That's with the peas. So I'm running into 4 cups because the peas does add to the level that you're seeing in the pot. Yes, so while that is coming to a boil, I'm going to prepare the seasonings for this pot. And I'll be right back. Okay. So these are my favorite seasonings to use on most of the things I cook. So we have here some thyme, sweet pepper, scallion, onions, and of course, can't do without the scotch bonnet pepper. Partner ready till that in there. So we're going to, well, I've already prepared these things. I've washed and peeled. So now I'm just going to be putting this dropping that in the pot just like that. And also, just like that, don't burst it. No, sir. Okay, so now I'll be adding in my chopped onions. So I'm just gonna add it straight to the pot, y'all. I'm doing this with one hand, stay with me. So I'm just adding my chopped onions. A lot of person will say this is not necessary, but I like to add onions to this pot because I'm treating it as if I'm doing stew peas. So I like when my rice is well seasoned and I taste those robust flavors in there. So I've just added the chopped onions, and then I'll just stir it up. Look at my pot. Oh my god, it's looking good. Yeah, so I like to add my chopped onion. Alright, so I'm going to leave that to simmer, and then I'll be chopping up my sweet pepper, and I'll be adding that last before I put in my powdered seasonings. Basically just salt and my crushed pimento seeds. Yeah. Okay, our pot is simmering nicely. So now I'll be adding my salt. I have about a tablespoon of salt right here. So I'll be adding that to my pot and giving that a stir. Alright. I can't tell you exactly how much salt I put in here, because the trick is really to taste. You have to taste as you go. So I'm tasting, getting my tasting spoon. And then I'm going to taste to see if enough salt is there. And as it is, you want it to be a little salty before you put in the rice. For me, because the rice that I'm using needs to be washed. Once you have to wash the rice, you're adding more water to the pot. So, and you don't want the flavors to be diluted. So your aim is to make the pot very, very flavorful before you put in the rice. Because when you get that taste right, you know your rice is going to come out perfect. Okay, so I have right here about 2 pounds of rice. This is basic white rice. You can use parboiled or brown rice, but mind you, parboiled and brown rice takes more water. So I'm going to add this to my pot. I've just added my sweet peppers, as you can see. So now I'll be adding the rice to the pot. Yeah. It'll just spring a little. Looking good. So I'm stirring this up. As you can see, there isn't a lot of water here. So I'm going to add about 2 cups of water to this. And this will bring to the level that I'm going for. And just a little trick that I normally add, a little sugar to my pot. Yes, I add sugar to my pot just to balance out the saltiness and the sweetness. So I like balance, and the salt and sugar works really well together when they're of the right amount. So I added about a tablespoon of sugar to this. So as you can see, I tried to get the peas to the top of the pot, because what will happen when you leave the peas at the bottom, it will burn. Best believe it will burn. So try to get as much of the peas on top of this, of the rice that I put in here. Ooh, looking good. Looking good, looking good. Alright. So when I come back, you'll see the finished product. Oh, and before I go, this is supposed to cook for about 20 minutes and cover for additional 5. Yeah. Rice and peas. Okay, doing a little checky on my pot. As you can see, it is steaming nicely. Alright, I forgot to tell you guys that I actually added garlic as well to my pot. Oh my god, I can't believe that I forgot to tell you that garlic was in here. Garlic is muy importante. It's very important. It adds to the flavor. As you can see, it is steaming nicely. I'm going to cover this back up because it needs to cook. And it's cooking right now on a medium high heat for 20 minutes. Well, almost 10 minutes now, but it's going for 20 minutes. Sorry, it's going for 20 minutes in totality. I should have mentioned that in totality. So it's going to cook for 15 minutes on medium high heat, and I'm going to lower the heat to very, when I say low, I mean low. It's going to be lowered for an additional 5 covered to finish the steaming process. All right, looking good. Rice and peas looking good. Hello, look what we have here. It's alright, baby. Yes, yes. And it is ready. Look at that. So fluffy. Yes. Yes, yes. Wow. Yes, so our rice and peas is ready. Okay, so here we have it. A traditional Jamaican dinner. The rice and peas is accompanied by the stewed chicken, and you can watch the other video that I will be posting soon with the recipe for my stewed chicken. Ain't it gorgeous?